Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's evening here. I am Rebecca Skillen, and this is CC Cycle 2, Week 7. All right, so we as a community, this is Director and Tutor Helps. It's my, I have tutored all 3 cycles, and this is my first year directing. So I am learning and being a lead learner as a director, as I have a few brand new tutors and one in particular that is my bread and butter of tutors who this is her 3rd year, I think, doing it. And so I am so thankful for my tutors. Many of them subbed last year, so they're just, I just want to say thank you worldwide to the tutors that are part of our community. So thank you for all that you do. So week 7, we are still doing, let's try something here. There, a little bit of light. We are doing Genesis 1 through 27 through King Things in General Assembly. My hope is that as a community, our kids will be confident to do that for our Christmas program, as well as tutors. Start picking 1, maybe 2 pieces of memory work that you would like to present on our Christmas program. They can be any of the memory work that we're doing. I can't think of any like hands-on science that we would necessarily want to do. If you're really gung-ho about tin whistle in a particular group, go ahead. We'll figure something out. And or if we did small groups of that, as well as I just acquired big, good size maps from a previous community family. And so we could even do geography and have the kids point out aspects of geography that they've learned if you want to do that for our Christmas program. So please start thinking about that so that we can get the kids ready and that they can make sure that they are very comfortable with what your class is, whatever their class is, that they are going to be presenting the memory work for that. Not a bad idea to do it for something in these weeks of, I'm trying to think, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Something in the week 5, 6 range, or whenever you want to do it. I mean, they've got a lot down. I wouldn't pick something from like week maybe 9, I don't know, but like 10, 11, 12, because they won't have a lot of time to review if they're new to the curriculum, unless something just clicks and like it is what they want to do. Anyways, it is a group thing. It is not necessarily an individual thing. So let's get into our memory work. I love the CC Connected Weekly Helps. The Foundations to Challenge connection this week is about tin whistle, and I am so excited about that. I love tin whistle. And so the other good thing about week 7 is you are down to 1 group of math facts for the 13s. So the 13s, the 14s, the 15s, the squares, and the cubes, and then you're out of multiplication facts. So you are on the home stretch of those multiplication facts. Then you get to learn some equivalents and then some laws at the end. So it'll be great. So whatever you want to do, again, I highly encourage aerobics of some sort or getting the wiggles out for math. I think it's a great time to get some of that kinesthetic learning in of different ways, unless the kids in your class just have a certain way that they love it. But again, we are encouraged to change things up, but I also think having one thing consistent is not a bad thing. Latin is the first conjugation endings perfect tense. One of the things to think about with this one from Miss Melody is I love her YouTube video that she goes through all of the conjugations and gives little tips and tricks of how to remember them. And that is that it was a perfect day for Farmer in the Dell. So he said, "E." That's your first sound. E isti it, imus istus errant, first conjugation, perfect tense. And I hope I'm pronouncing those correctly. It's been a little bit since I listened to the perfect tense endings. What are 6 forms of pollution? 6 forms of pollution are noise, air, water, land, we run on land, thermal, and radioactive. If you've got a song that you like for that, albeit go for it. That's what I did as a tutor when I was figuring things out. A couple things for English. Possessive pronoun adjectives. Last week we learned possessive pronouns, and they all have S's on the end, except for the word mine. Mine, 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 mine. Possessive, possessive pronouns, possessive pronouns. The way that I remember that is from the, I think it's Erica Rhodes references it from, I believe, Finding Nemo. Maybe it's Finding Dory. I don't remember, but the seagulls are going, mine, 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 mine. So that's how I remember possessive, mine, 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 mine. So possessive pronouns, possessive pronouns, and it's yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, theirs. My, here we go. We got mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, theirs. It's got a nice little, sing-songy melody to it. For this week, week 7, it's possessive pronoun adjectives. And these have a little bit more staccato, or like the stove is hot. So it's possessive pronoun adjectives, possessive pronoun adjectives. There's only 2 words that have an S on the end. It's his, because that's how you spell it, and its, because that's how you spell it, possessive, okay? So it's possessive pronoun adjectives, possessive pronoun adjectives. My, your, his, her, its, her is her, our, your, their, okay? My, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. My, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. And it might be a good idea just to make a correlation, especially in the older groups, about these don't have S's on the end. So we're very, very quick on them. Timeline. I've seen some great activities with timeline. Keep it up. We're doing Jesus the Messiah and going to India's Gupta dynasty. There's great hand motions on CC Connected as well as lots on YouTube. So you pick which ones you like and go with it. Tell me about the Reformation. One thing I want to make a key point is every time you present the history song, ask or make, it's an imperative. I guess it's not a question, it's an imperative sentence. Tell me about the Reformation, and then sing the song. Tell me about the Reformation, and then sing the song. That way they know what the prompt is. If you just keep singing the song over and over and over, they're going to forget what imperative sentence it's connected to. At least I do. So that's a great way to tell me about the Renaissance. It says during the Renaissance. Tell me about the 100 Years' War. It says during the 100 Years' War. Hello. However, tell me about William the Conqueror starts with in 1054 the church split. It doesn't say anything about William the Conqueror in that first sentence. So keep stating the imperative question, or tell me about the Crusades starts with Richard the Lionhearted, which makes sense, but it's not like the Crusades, were from 1095 to 1291 and then starts the question. It starts with Richard the Lionhearted. So as we're getting more and more of these, make sure that you're asking that you're asking, telling them that imperative sentence over and over and over again while you're reviewing the song. So tell me about the Reformation. In 1517, Martin Luther began the Protestant Reformation. It's a fun song. It's one that you just have to move to. So if you like actions, feel free to add actions. Lots of ideas out there. Your weekly helps has ideas. So just go with it and have fun. Smile a lot every week. European peninsulas. This is one where it's not a dot on, like a city or the boundaries of a country. It's a peninsula. For the older kids, if you want to go into a little bit of detail of what a peninsula is, you can, but don't take a lot of time on it. Because our goal is not to teach. We are telling them where those places are so that they can learn them. Parents can go into deeper information. If you want to put that as a communication with your families, hey, we talked about European peninsulas today. It might be a great idea to actually dive into all the countries that are in that peninsula, or talk about what the actual boundaries of the peninsula are. So the little song that we have with this that my kids used is, I believe it's the ants go marching in. The Iberian Peninsula in Spain. I know it's in Portugal too, but the Iberian Peninsula in Spain. Balkan Peninsula in Greece, and all the other Balkans. Scandinavian Peninsula, we know it's Norway and Sweden. Apennine Peninsula in Italy, the boot. Okay, so it really goes like this. The Iberian Peninsula in Spain. Balkan Peninsula in Greece. Scandinavian Peninsula, Apennine Peninsula, and Italy, the boot. So whatever works for you. Christy Gabby in Happy Learning has, I believe, the exact same song. She says it a little bit different, but I think her video is fantastic as well. Okay, science. We are, fingers crossed, doing sun prints, but reality, we are prepping for week 8 proportional solar system. So in that, just looking through that, these are projects. These aren't the scientific method. Lucky, sorry, talking to my dog. We're not doing the scientific method here as much as experience and projects. And so this is a great way to ask them what they know. You'll have some kids who know for proportional solar system where, how many planets do we have? And some might tell you more than one, they might say, well, Pluto's a planet. Well, okay, well, the only guarantee in life is change. The only thing that stays the same is change. In fact, there are more moons in Jupiter than we even knew in last cycle. Last time we did this cycle, we updated it to 79 moons for Jupiter. Now Jupiter has 80 moons. Saturn has a few more. I think in our book it said 62, but I think there's now 63. If you go on NASA's website, you can find the most updated information if you want to dive into that. So just some ideas with hands-on science. Make sure that you are asking them questions, talking to them about things that they know, things that they if this is their second time around the cycle, they're going to know a few things that maybe first time cycle people may not, or first time cycle kids may surprise you with what they know. This isn't just our information. Depends on what other sciences they've done before they came to CC. Okay, so moving on to tin whistle. When it comes to tin whistle, I want you to, in your help guide, it says, try to relax and enjoy the tin whistle. Some tutors may be nervous with this fine arts segment if they lack a musical background. If that is you, you will be the very best lead learner. And in that, I want to encourage you to read page 87 in your Foundations Guide. I read it every year as a tutor just to remind myself what is this all about. The tin whistle is our tool for expressing, but music theory is what they are learning. Okay, so it is fun to get the tin whistle out. It is great to experience the tin whistle. However, I'm going to highly encourage you to wait to use the tin whistle until you've gone through some of the music theory. So on page 90 in your book is where it talks about parts of the tin whistle. That's our goal for week 7, is parts of the tin whistle. I'm going to encourage you to have them leave their tin whistles at their table, and so have them get their tin whistles out and they sit them on the table where they sit, okay? And then move the kids to your board on the floor, somewhere where it's away from the tin whistles, and do your music theory. So for week 7, you're gonna sing the song. Discuss questions like, what did we do to make the song? I have people staring in front of me that just got home trying to make me laugh. And they did a good job.
To make you laugh.
Your dad is.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm just trying to get my comfy claws.
Okay. So encourage the students to realize that everyone must all sing at the same speed, start at the same time, and stop at the same time, and to follow your lead as the conductor. So one of the things that I have used is Stephanie Laughlin. I've written so many notes where she has taught tutors how to present this material. And she speaks to, I feel like she speaks to people who don't have a musical background. So when you might just say, hey, go ahead and let's sing the song and see what happens. And then say, wow, you guys did a really great job. Or, wow, some of you started at different times. Some of you were really loud. Some of you were singing in a different key. So how can we make this sound better? Okay, so the way to do that would be to listen to a conductor. Talk about, what do orchestras use? Do all the orchestra people just do their own thing, or do they follow the conductor? So when we're singing, I'm going to say 1, 2, ready, sing. And when we're done, I'm going to do this, which means stop. Okay, so 1, 2, ready, sing, and they sing, and then stop. Okay, and when we play our tin whistles, I'm going to say 1, 2, ready, play, and we're going to play our tin whistles, and then when I tell you to stop, you stop. Okay, and that's so that we can all have a good experience. If you can't follow those directions, your tin whistle will go back on the table at your spot and you will sit with the group. Okay, there's 2 reasons that I prefer that over tin whistle jail. 1, I think putting tin whistles in a jail is disgusting, because the reality is you may have more than 1 tin whistle in jail, and I don't think anybody's tin whistle should touch other people's tin whistles. So putting them together collectively in a jail, I think, is disgusting from a hygiene aspect. Second, I think it's punitive, and I don't think it's being an encourager. I think it's setting up kids to fail. So that's why I keep their tin whistles away from them until we're ready to use them, because we are to model self-control. We are to help have an environment of self-control. And to expect anyone from age 4 to 11 turning 12 to have self-control at this moment, I think they're all at different levels, and I think to expect no one to give in to the temptation of playing their tin whistle because they're so excited, I think is not nice. I don't think it's fair. In the sense of being a tutor and wanting to be an encourager. So keep them out of their reach. That's self-control in of itself, that they're not running back to it. Okay. So a couple things in your book are, so you sing, and then what I would say is Again, my theory is we get all our tin whistles out, they go on the table. Everybody leaves their tin whistles on the table and comes to me in front of the board. I have a visual of what the tin whistle looks like and all its labeled parts. And so I have my tin whistle out and I'm modeling that I'm not playing it. Okay, so do you know the tin whistle, the tin whistle, the tin whistle? Do you know the tin whistle? These are its parts. Barrel, fipple, mouthpiece, finger holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, left hand on top. Okay, so we might say, you know, where's the barrel? Here's the barrel. Where's the mouthpiece? Here's the mouthpiece. Where's the fipple? It's the little spot here. Where are my finger holes? How many are there? 6. Which hand goes on top? Left. Great. Okay. In your book, the barrel, it says long cylindrical. It should be long conical because we have more of a cone shape. There are tin whistles that you will find that are cylinder, but the ones that we use from CC Bookstore and the ones that I suggest are the conical. First paragraph, under expressing after the bullets, is having students pick up the barrel of their tin whistle without putting it says the fipple in their mouth. You can change that and say mouthpiece. If you have the second printing of the 5th edition, yours should be corrected. But if you have the first printing of the 5th edition, you need to edit that. Okay, so we've done the labeling. At this point, I'm going to make sure that they know that we are about to get our tin whistles from the table and that the expectation is that the tin whistle goes in their lap. Okay, so they go and get their tin whistles, put it in their lap, and we practice following the conductor. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, put your tin whistle in your lap. Okay, follow me. Put your tin whistle in ready position, which is on your chin. Left hand goes on top, right hand on the bottom 3. Okay, this is ready position. So let's go to lap, ready position. Okay, the only time that we are in playing position is when I say it's time to play. So I will say 1, 2, ready, play. And that's when we play. Okay, so then we can talk about cacophony and we can talk about playing in unison. Let them play around with that for a little bit. Everybody, maybe with the top one covered, everybody play the note. 1, 2, ready, play. Good. Let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, play. And then you can talk about cacophony if you want. If there is time at the end of class during the fine arts segment, I would encourage them to go back to the table, lay their tin whistle in front of them, and draw it. Okay, and you can model this too. You have the tin whistle there. You can draw the tin whistle and label the parts together as a group. And that is the way that I would encourage controlling the tin whistle. Keep it out of their hands until you're ready for them to play it. Have a great week. Review will be all 7 weeks this week. So make sure that you're moving. Ideally, we get through all 7 weeks, but that may not happen every time. But I would just encourage you to work on getting all 7 weeks of material in. The way that I have seen that successfully done is doing one subject, getting it all done, and then letting them do whatever activity you have planned. Quickly, next subject, get it all done, and go from there. All right, have a great week. May all your thoughts be replaced with timeline lyrics.